Hi there. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being so punctual. We apologize for the few minutes delay. This is the first time we are running it in a meeting format. Please allow for everyone to come into the room before we begin. We need your cooperation. If you are not being picked to ask a question at this point in time, please put your Zoom into mute. But when you want to ask a question, of course, please unmute. And also, please do put your camera on, especially when you want to ask a question. We would start in roughly around 3 minutes. Okay, thank you very much. For those of you who just joined in, please do give us a few minutes so that we can get everyone onto the call. Do get comfortable, get yourself a cup of water, and hopefully we have a very good session here today. Thank you so much. Now, of course, for those of you who are here right now, in case you do drop out of this particular call, make sure you add us on Facebook so that you can actually see the live stream there in case you miss out. For your benefit, I'm putting this here. And for those of you who are on the call right now, if you are not speaking, please do put your mics onto mute so that it doesn't disrupt today's proceedings. You will be invited to ask the questions during this session, and I will call upon you at that time comes. Then please unmute and ask those questions yourself. Thank you very much. So for those of you who have any issues in terms of connecting, if you're in Malaysia, Indonesia, please add +6018 number so that you can text our colleague in case you're having any technical issues. For those of you who are in Singapore, please do add +65. If you do drop out from this particular call, please do go to Facebook, Timing and You, especially if you cannot reconnect. We are also live streaming it there. You would be able to at least ask your questions in text, and I will do my best to assist asking if necessary. But if not, just relax. This is a bit of a casual session, so it's a bit different than our usual sessions as well. Okay, so I would like to start by firstly giving you some house rules for today's session. And of course, I'd like to welcome everybody here to this session where you get to freely ask Derick any questions. Now, myself, my name is George. I will be assisting to moderate because we have a lot of people inside this Zoom. And I believe a lot of you have questions you want to ask. Now, unlike our regular Zoom seminars using webinar format, this is a meeting format, which means we can hear everyone. If you do not mute, we would be hearing everyone's conversation as well. And also, because of that, we can also see you if you turn on your camera. So it'll be nice for today's session because we wanted to be a bit more casual. Derick can connect better with you as well. Especially when you're asking a question, please do turn your camera on, okay? Now, if you want to ask a question during this period, there is this raise hand button. You need to click on the participant button at the bottom. So if you look at the bottom bar, there is a participant button. When you press it, you would see a raise hand button. you want to click the raise hand button if you want to ask a question. And then I would call upon you to ask the question. Then you turn on the camera, unmute, and ask your question directly with Derick, okay? Now, for the purposes of time and also to respect others, to give people opportunity to ask questions, please keep your questions concise, simple, direct, and don't add on questions once you've asked the question. Ask one question, stop there, so that other people get a chance to ask the question, okay? Second thing you need to understand is that, of course, this is an ask anything question, but please do try to keep your questions relevant to business or financial at least. Please do not waste the airtime on questions which do not benefit other listeners in the room. So a very good tip on how you want to ask a question today is very simple. You just ask yourself, is the question I'm asking going to benefit the 200 people who are listening here as well? Would they want to know what you are asking? Okay, and to motivate and encourage you to ask the right questions or the good questions tonight with Derick, we would like to offer your 10 people here to attend our paid weekly market update this Sunday, okay, for the 10 best questions that Derick picks. So if you ask a good question, and if the question is something that Derick feels is good value to everyone who's listening here today, you would be given one ticket which is worth $28 for this coming Sunday's weekly market update. So I really like to encourage you to think hard about the kind of question you want to ask. Now, for some reason, if you have any issues asking through audio or maybe you're a bit shy, that's fine. You can choose to click at the chat bar to direct it at me specifically, because there will be many messages. Please pick my name, George Wong, and send me the message so that I can look at that message as well. Is that okay? So that at least if you have a problem and the question is really good, I can help to intervene and also ask the questions on your behalf. Now, that's very, very important, right? But we would prioritize people who's asking the questions themselves. So please, a reminder, when you ask the questions, please do turn on the camera so that we know you're speaking as well, okay? So with that, before we begin, okay, by the way, do you all have no sound still? Anyone still has any issues? I'm going to give everyone probably like 1 or 2 minutes. Get comfortable, make sure that the sound's working, you can hear it. If you have no sound or you can't hear it, please direct it at the event organizer or myself so that we can assist you. Is that okay? Now, before we begin today's session, I wanted to start off by doing something a little bit different. Firstly, I would like to, of course, introduce Derick. So that for those people here, I believe we have many people here who are new to timing and you and to Derick. So I would like to take this opportunity to actually share a bit about Derick, right? Now, let me just share my screen so that we have some quick slides to see. Okay. So for those of you who are here, you're obviously worried about the market. So you will ask someone like Derick kind of questions that you need to know the answers to so that you can make some good decisions for yourself. We don't want to fall into the category of people who miss the boat, or if I only knew, is the kind of statement we always say. Why? Because we forget or we didn't know or we didn't pay attention and we missed out something. We either lost money from it or we failed to make money from a scenario. This is a very common statement us as investors make, right? So Derick is someone who, unlike most people in the market, has the ability to forecast ahead, to understand about what's coming in the market, right? And he himself has made his wealth in 2008, where he forecasted the subprime crisis. And during the subprime crisis, when everybody was losing money, he made a lot of money by shorting the market and going long, making his first pot of gold. And all his forecast is based on data and not just on speculation, right? And he's forecasted many things. Quickly, I'll go through. 2015, he forecasted the bottom of oil and gold. So that's an area he knows very well as well. In 2016, he forecasted the Dow Jones going up to 30,000 when it was only at 18,000. And this one, before the coronavirus hit, it went up to 29,600, a figure that was never achieved before. So it was very close to 30,000 in just about 4 years' time. In 2017, he predicted the bottom price of Bitcoin when it collapsed, when it was on a major rally. 2018, when the market was called as a bull market, he knew it was a correction, and he accurately forecasted that as well. Last year, in 2019, he forecasted the rally of gold. And of course, if you were a student or a member of ours before the end of last year, he was already talking about a major turning point that would happen towards the end of January. And true enough, if you exited a lot of positions like he did between the months of December and January, you would have retained a lot of wealth rather than lose about 50 to 60% of your portfolio like many investors have during this coronavirus period. So these are all based on data. Now, the reason I shared these things with you is to give you an idea of some of the questions you may want to ask coming into the, while we are in this COVID-19 crisis and the future recessionary crisis as well, right? And of course, we work with many partners. Derick has spoken for many of these people, and that's probably why you're here today, because he's a foremost expert in this thing called cycle analysis, where he looks at cycles in the market to identify turning points. And he has been speaking about it, and he's one of the top 3 people, at least 3 or 2 speakers in the market in Southeast Asia who specializes in cycle analysis. So there are not many people in the market who knows cycle analysis like he does. So it's something that if you want to know more, today is your opportunity to ask some questions regarding that as well. It's appeared in many media, so you can check in the past history. Whatever he forecasted has always been publicly declared. Derick has always been a man of conviction. He stood by a lot of his forecasts, and he sticks to his guns because he knows the data is not wrong. And true enough, over the years, he's been proven right and right over and over again. So if you have questions, today is the day to ask. And of course, for his work, he won an award last year with Yatou Zhougan, which is a Chinese news weekly out of Hong Kong, where he was awarded World Excellent Young Leader Award. You could ask him about this as well if you want, but do focus mostly on business and financial questions here today. So this is a snapshot, and I shall stop sharing here. And Derick has been in the market trading for 21 years. If you are already a trader, you understand fundamental analysis, technical analysis, and cycle analysis are all tools that is used to analyze the financial market, and Derick himself is an expert on all 3. He not only talks about cycle, but he combines everything to give you a much more accurate forecast, right? So, and he's been advising high net worth individuals around Southeast Asia for their global asset management strategies to manage their assets, and he's spoken for some of the biggest names you can think of, right? So without further ado, I would like to start today's session. And I would like to start by first and foremost taking the opportunity to get everyone to turn on your screens right now, just for a short while. No, short while, right? Short while. Turn on your screens because today is a special day. For those of you who knows, today is actually Derick's birthday, and he's dedicated his birthday to actually answer questions to y'all. So we're not going to do anything cheesy, but it would be very nice if you could all just wave and just say happy birthday. Even mute, at least can see your mom. Happy birthday to Derick, right? Yeah. So, and
hey,
so you don't have to say it again later. You don't have to say it again later when you ask questions.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, yes, very nice. Okay, so without further ado, I am going to start opening for questions. Okay, I'm going to start opening for questions, and I think the first person I will call upon is Blake Cho. Blake Cho, would you please?
Before we start,
okay,
can I say something first?
Right, over to Derick first. Derick?
Yeah. Let me just say something first. Let me just share can I share my screen?
Yeah, please do. Go ahead.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, yeah, today is my birthday, so I got all of you guys to come and spend birthday with me. So tonight is going to be something very casual. It's not going to be something very, it's more like a chit chat. Also, since we are all in a lockdown, like in Singapore today, we are actually in a so-called a circuit breaker. So we are advised to all stay at home. Today is the first day and it happened to be my birthday. So it seems that a lot of Singaporeans are celebrating my birthday with me at home. Also, it's a good thing. All right. So tonight's session will be very casual. It's going to be interesting. Actually, I don't know what you guys are going to ask me. So that's why to me it's very exciting and interesting. So I look forward to this session because it could be questions of a lot of variety. Of course, don't ask me questions like, Derick, what stocks to buy? I will never answer this kind of question. Or Derick, I have a business opportunity, money gain, whatever, please join me. Sorry, I'm not interested in all this. All right, but if you have a question probably about a certain industry or certain or stock market or bond market or currency, probably we can, like a friend, chit-chatting. It's just like I organize a birthday party and y'all come join, we just talk and see, just exchange view, all these things. All right. So that is how is it going to be like for tonight. And this is the first time we do it. And if it's good, then probably I'll do it more often. Or it just happened to be my birthday today, so I get all of you guys to join me. All right. So now, before I go on, I just want to say this: whatever I mentioned tonight, any asset class or any business or anything is only for information and education purpose only. It is not a recommendation. I do not recommend. I do not advise. If you need any good recommendation advice, please look for so-called certified financial advisor out there or your investment banker to help you. All right. So please take note. I'm not here to advise you or to give you any recommendation. It's just an exchange of view, opinion, and probably some of the information or knowledge that I have. All right. And second thing is this. I believe you guys probably attend a lot of talks. Each trainer or speaker have their own definition or time frame. So I have to let you guys know, for me, anything less than 1 month is defined as short term. So it could be 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, intraday. This is what I meant by short term. Intermediate term is from 1 month to less than 1 year. All right. And long term is from 1 year to less than 10 years. Ultra long term is 10 years or more. So because of my frequent traveling schedule, don't talk about this COVID-19, I'm stuck in Singapore. I'm probably half of the time I'm not in Singapore, I'm always traveling. That's why I'm more of a short to intermediate term position trader. I don't really do scalping. I don't really do intraday as well. So I'm more of a short to intermediate term position trader. So I entered, I ride the trend up. Then once I feel that the trend probably is over, then I'll exit. So that's my trading style. All right. So I think with that, probably we can have a first question. Very exciting. So probably Josh, let's have the first question.
Yes, Derick. So please do unshare your screen first so that we can. Yeah. So before we go into the question, right, again, I just want to highlight to everybody here, if you want to ask a question, you need to click on the participant button at the bottom and you see the list of participants there, right? Then you see there a button called raise hand. Please click on it if you intend to ask a question. You can leave it there until the question has been asked, then you remove, okay? Please remember to remove the hand. Also, because you have all manner of names here and we are giving out the ticket to this Sunday. So when Derick has selected yours to be a good question, he wants to give you a ticket for this Sunday, please do PM the event organizer to tell them that you are your details so that we can provide it to you. Is that okay? All right. So with that, I'd like to first pass it to Blake. I believe Blake, please do unmute and ask your first question to Derick. Blake?
Hey, thanks, George. Can you hear me?
We hear you
Hi,
fine.
Lake.
Hi. Firstly, Derek, happy birthday.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Blake, where are you from? Malaysia?
I'm in Malaysia. I'm in Penang.
Oh, Penang. Oh, good to know you.
You,
Yeah.
you too.
How's things in Penang?
We're good. Penang has on the island, we have about 37 cases.
Wow.
So
Okay.
if you combine Butterworth and Penang together, we have about 101 cases as of today.
Oh, that is quite high.
It's not as high as KL and Selangor because those guys are up in the 900s and 1000s already.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yeah.
So please be
If
safe.
you
Please
look
be
at
safe.
Penang,
Yeah.
Penang is actually one of the few states that's doing pretty well so far.
Okay. Good to hear that. All
Yeah.
right. So anything you want to ask me?
Yep. My question here is about a week or two ago, a lot of investors are saying that this is going to be there's going to be a fast rebound in the U.S. stock market in the Dow Jones because this is a health crisis instead of financial crisis, right? So I'm sure all of you know that already. But if you look at it right now, a lot of countries are going into lockdown and a lot more countries are going into stimulus package as well. So
Yes.
it seems that this is going to play out even longer, right? So as it drags on, for example, the US, if it drags on for 2 or 3 months, there's a lot of sources that says that it could turn into an economic crisis because people are out of work. Nobody's working because they can't work because the virus is still around. And with such thing, the economic thing will be impacted severely worldwide. And, a lot of word has been going around that this might even be worse than the 1918 Great Depression if this keeps going on. So what are your thoughts and what are your crystal ball, saying that, just give us your thoughts, like, when do you think this will rebound and what's it going to be like moving forward? Because there's going to be a lot more fallout economically than what the current situation is.
Okay. Before I answer, I'd just like to check, Blake, may I know which industry are you in?
I was working with a few, one of the MNC companies in Penang.
Okay.
Previously with AMD in the semiconductors, and then went with Hewlett Packard, and then I went out and I joined a small company that's doing telecommunications, call tracking, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Ken. So probably to answer Blake's question, probably I will just go to my slides. Probably I need to share my slides. Right. I think if I get Blake correctly, is everyone is worried that the situation in US probably, I mean, the COVID-19 situation in US doesn't seem too optimistic, and even Donald Trump came out and say that probably for this few weeks we are going to see even more death numbers in US. All right. So for that, this is actually, well, anyway, this is a slide that I actually shared with my Timing and You members, because every Sunday night I actually had a weekly market update with them. All right. So, so this is actually the projection of the COVID-19 outbreak in US. All right. So, based on this projection, it seems that, and based on my cycle analysis research done, it seems that we should be having a peak in the so-called COVID-19 outbreak in US probably by this month or next month. Probably that's what we'll see, a peak by this month or next month. That means the number of deaths probably hit a high, then you will start to taper down. But another thing probably I would like to share is, for this case, I've done a lot of research. Then I realized in terms of pandemic, this COVID-19 seems to have a higher resemblance to the 1918 so-called flu, Spanish flu. all right, 1918 Spanish flu. So this was what happened then. In the 1917, all right, so that's what happened. Then it starts to pick up around October, November of 1918. So it came down, and then this is what we call the so-called secondary or echo, ECHO, echo wave. So as of what is, let's say for example, China already gone through this, so it's coming down. So probably is going towards a so-called the echo wave, all right. But US and probably we can look at, yeah, uh, probably for you Singapore or even Malaysia, we are still in the so-called late accumulation phase. We have the early development, acceleration, late accumulation, then recovery. So that's why Singapore today, we are on a semi-lockdown for 1 month until 4th of May. So hopefully we are here and we can start the number, probably have to increase a bit, then start to go down like Korea and China. That will be good. But US and Italy, Spain are all heading up, and Malaysia still a bit behind. But I'm more about Indonesia because probably they are still in the early development stage. All right. So with this in mind, another thing I just want to share is this, because I've done a lot of research, I realized if we look over here, 1917 and 1918, this black line is actually the down zone. Also, as we can see, the Spanish flu, actually the peak was in October, November. We can see right over here. So it was actually over here. There was a peak. This black line here was a down zone. We actually see that down zone actually starts to bottom out even before the peak in the Spanish flu. Also, the thing is this, if history were to repeat itself, and if this time around really we're going to see the peak in the so-called outbreak in the US is going to be here, and I mean we all know that it seems that the number of deaths in Italy, Spain is coming down. It seems that hey, we are going towards here, we are heading nearer and nearer to the peak. I'm talking about Western country. I'm not talking about China or North Korea. So if that's the case, if history were to repeat itself, all right, most likely we probably should see the US stock market start to bottom out. And the thing is, I think we probably have seen a very successful follow through last night in the US stock market. All right, probably the 23rd of March low in the US stock market may be the low already. We may have seen the lowest for this US stock market correction. All the while I've been saying this is not a bear market. I know a lot of analysts, even Wall Street Journal, they say, finally this bull market after 11 years is over. I say no, it's not the bear. It's not the end yet. So it seems that at this point that probably we have cleared the lowest on the 23rd of March, and I'm seeing probably US stock market is going to hit higher. Even the Euro market is going up. Even today, China and Hong Kong with the stimulus is going up as well. Also, if you ask me, in terms of stock market, I don't think we're in a bear market, unlike a lot of analysts or economists or some of my friends who have been calling for bear market. No, to me, I'm not ready to call it a bear market yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually not very worried about this COVID, like what they is just crisis. So if health is COVID recover and then recover next year 2021, 2025 with full exposure, that is a global monetary crisis. All right. So I don't know.
Robbie to ask your question. Robbie, make sure to turn on your camera. Ask a question.
Yeah. Hi. Hi, Derek. Happy birthday.
Hi, Robbie.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Robbie from KL.
Okay, Al.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
have
would
a
like.
very nice background.
Okay.
This-
Yeah.
this-
Nice
yeah.
to meeting you at the Equity Tracker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my question is, how do you think about crude oil for this upcoming week and month?
Week and month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. To answer Robbie's question, probably let me just go to a slide. Stocks. So now what I'm going to show you guys will be the oil, WTI oil. We are seeing the chart of oil, right? WTI oil.
Yes.
To make sure. Okay. So anyway, there's upsurge of this so-called WTI, which actually, Robbie, you heard me talking about some cycle charts, all this before at ET.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so probably I'll just show. I mean, for the rest of you guys who didn't have a chance to hear me speak, then probably I'll just show you guys. Because for me, I do cycle analysis. So actually, cycle analysis, we can actually do forecast. So this is, I just log in for you guys to take a look. This is for our Timing and You members that they can log in. But tonight, I just log in for you guys to take a look. We go into our newsletter. I just want to show you guys my so-called cycle chart for oil. All right, so this was the cycle chart for oil that I crunched it on the 25th of March. Actually, I called for a turning point around end of March. This is what I wrote. I call for this a turning point towards end of March. Then I say probably there's going to be a strong support around $20 USD. All right, so this was published on the last day of March. And voila, you all can see really the so-called WTI oil really so-called have a very strong rally because Donald Trump says the Russia and Saudi Arabia, they're going to have a meeting to so-called reduce the output by 10 to 15 million barrels per day. So just that yesterday, supposed to have a meeting, but it was called, it's not called, but it was postponed. That's why it so-called came down. All right, so probably where I can see oil is this. Let me draw some lines. So since we're talking about oil, right? Let's look at the oil price right now. What's the oil price now? Anyway, this is CNBC. Oil price is about 26.53, up by 1.73%. So let's look at oil. Let me draw some lines. Probably we need oil to break above this so-called resistance here. All right, so after this, I will click to show you guys what's the resistance, but later we need the so-called WTI to clear this resistance, then probably we'll see oil heading higher towards this so-called resistance zone. Just to let you guys know, this blue line is actually the 50-day moving average, and this red line here is actually the 200-day moving average. So we need to clear this a resistance here. Later I'll give you the numbers. Once it clear it, then most likely we will come over to this resistance zone. But we need to clear this first. So probably until, I think the next meeting is supposed to schedule on Thursday. So we may hover a bit and let's see whether this red resistance line can be broken. All right, so if it can be broken, then probably we'll hit higher. So the resistance here is actually 3. Okay, never mind. Let me just zoom in more. So the resistance here is where since my chart was some. Let me try again. Is it my internet?
No, it should be fine. I think that the site's having trouble loading.
No, it was okay just now. Then why suddenly got problem? Never mind. Let's go to another. WTIC. Why suddenly? Okay, we are back. Let's try again. Okay, let me just zoom in. 3 months. So we need it to break this resistance, which is 29.13. Or then probably we will see it go higher to this region, which is around 36.35 and 41.05. Also, if we can clear this 29.13, probably it can hit higher to this resistance zone here that is between 36.35 and 41.05. All right, so provided that this resistance is broken. All right, Kiana?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, let's try to cover as many questions as possible.
Thank you very much, Robbie. So next person, maybe let's ask Roy TKH. Roy, could you ask your question, Roy? Thank you so much.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, we hear you fine.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity and happy birthday, Derick.
Thank you, Roy. Where are you from?
I'm from Malaysia.
Oh, which part of Malaysia?
Klang.
Oh, KL. Oh, okay, that should be.
Klang, yeah, Bak Kut Teh town.
Okay, Ken. Please bring me there next time.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Anything you want to ask
So,
me?
yeah, what I wanted to ask is basically about the bond market lah. So again, I myself, I'm not very much, not too savvy in the financial markets. Even so, the bond market.
So what's your profession?
I'm in the hunting line, recruitment.
What? Oh, recruitment.
Recruitment.
Okay, Ken. So you want to ask about bond market? Yes.
Yeah, because I took note of your what you mentioned the other day about the sovereign debt crisis. What are the first few symptoms? Is it probably related to the yield of the multi-year yield start to drop, and then potentially countries start to worry that the US can't pay back, and then they
You
start
heard
to dump
me
the
during
bonds.
ET webinar, is it? Equity Trackers webinar, is it?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, then where do you hear me?
I got to know you through Facebook ad,
Oh, okay.
Facebook advertisement.
Okay. Then probably I think you attended one of my webinar lah.
Yes.
Okay. So your question is about bond market. What about bond market? Sorry, can you just ask again?
Okay. So what I wanted to ask is what are the first few symptoms that we should see that signifies the bond market is going to go into a crisis or going to crash, or the bond might get defaulted, and then things might go upside down really quick. What are the symptoms?
Okay. So the thing is right now is Roy, is this we got to know this: bond prices and bond yield, it go in opposite direction. So when bond prices go up, yield will go down. Vice versa, if bond price go, if you go, if bond price come down, you will go up. So what happening right now is this: out there in the market, there are 14.4 trillion worth of negative yielding bonds. 14.4 trillion USD. Trillion, you know how many zero are there?
Yeah,
Right.
a lot.
Yeah, to be exact is 12 zero USD. So convert to ringgit, you times 4. I don't know how to calculate already. All right.
Yep.
So it's a
Got
lot
it.
of money. So think about it. Why are there so many negative yielding bonds? Why? It's because ECB, which is a European Central Bank, and BOJ, which is Bank of Japan, they keep on buying back their own government bonds. All right. Even Federal Reserve right now is buying back because of this COVID-19. They are buying back their own treasuries. So think about it. When they keep on buying, when you keep on buying certain things, the price will go up or down. Up, right?
Up.
Yeah. So when the bond price go up, then what will happen to a bond yield? It will come down. That's why there are so much of a negative yielding bond out there. 14.4 trillion. All right. So I can tell you this: ECB and Bank of Japan, they have crashed their so-called bond market already. Because right now in their portfolio, they have a lot of their own government bond. All right. Then now with Federal Reserve, go and buy more treasury. That's why recently US treasury you think about it, Europe, ECB and Bank of Japan, they already went into NIRP, negative interest rate policy, since 2014. And they keep on thinking, hey, this is supposed to stimulate the economy so the economy can recover and get better. But did it happen? No. And now Federal Reserve is going in the same direction. That's why it got me very worried. That's why I keep on saying we are having this sovereign debt crisis. Sovereign means government. Debt means bonds. We are having a bond bubble. So now we are having more and more negative yielding bond. So I can tell you later on, because I do cycle analysis, I know interest rate is going to tick up. So once the interest rate start to tick up, bond prices will start to drop. You think about it, if you are ECB, Bank of Japan, or even Federal Reserve, you have so much bond, your bond prices keep on dropping. Until later on, I tell you, their portfolio will be very ugly. Also, we are going that direction. We have so much, and right now it's 14.4 trillion worth of negative yielding bond. And Federal Reserve is going towards that direction as well. So that's why I say, to me, this COVID-19 is just a preview. what I'm really worried is next year, 2021, 2022, whereby we will see the whole bursting of this bond bubble as the interest rate go up. And as the US dollar continue to strengthen, we will end up with a global monetary crisis. That's why I'm more worried about next year and 2022 rather than right now. Because to me, right now, it's just a health crisis. Once everyone get their act together, COVID-19 should slowly recover and we should be back to normal. And with so much QE being done, so much money being thrown into the market, ladies and gentlemen, Roy, the US market will definitely benefit from it. All right, so this is what I'm seeing the worrying part. When we see more and more negative yielding bond, that is really worrying. And I think it's going to hit us next year, or if not 2022. All right, so please get prepared for it. All right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Roy.
Thank you.
Next question. Let's get a question from Yao Guan Hon.
Hey, hi. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Perfect.
Hi, Yao.
Hi, yeah, Hon here. Yeah.
Hon. Hi, Hon.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, Derek, happy birthday. Again, because the time is short, so I will just go ahead with my questions. So with just recent rebound of the Dow Jones, and seems like it is like a V-shaped strong rebound, and you always predicted this will be going through to the 30,000. So will this rebound make its way go all the way up to 30,000, or there will be like sideways before it's going up to 30,000? And if there's a time, so what will be the relationship between this and the US dollar?
Sorry, Hon, only one question. So which one will you want me to answer?
With the Dow Jones then.
How about that?
Yeah. Yep.
You are from which country, may I know?
From KL, Malaysia.
So you heard me speak before?
Yes.
Oh,
in the Kenanga and also your Facebook channel. Yeah.
Probably that's why you know I have been talking about Dow Zone 30,000, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now I want to show the chart of Dow Zone. It seems that this website got some issue like this. Let me just. Never mind. Let's go to here instead. Normally I use stockcharts.com, but it seems that it has issues. So I will use investing.com for this case. Okay, are we looking at the charts? Just to make sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Investing.com.
Okay, so this is a chart of Dow Zone. So this is the chart. Yeah. Yes, so according to Horn, is this, I think Dow Zone came down. It has what you call a V-shaped recovery. And the very interesting thing is, anyway, resistance line that I draw is I use red color. So blue color, I use support for support. So very interestingly, last night, this is Dow Zone, actually broke above so-called this resistance over here, this red resistance line. And when it broke up it has increased in the trading volume. So these are very positive signs. Also to me is this whole process here, that means from a low, this probably is a low already, 23rd of March. Also, it went up, then it came down, then it went back. So this is what I call a follow through. And it followed through with so-called good trading volume increase compared to previous day. And based on the future market that I think we see just now, Dow Jones future is up by 800 points. Just now I saw it. Dow Jones futures. Yeah. But anyway, just now I saw it. Dow Jones futures, we are probably looking at 800 points up. So tonight probably should be green again. So this is what I call a successful breakout, and probably we'll see go higher. Probably until we will see probably a resistance around here. I didn't draw the other lines because if here using stocks, okay, is here. Okay, can see, right?
Yes.
Okay, so once it, okay, let me draw some line here since it's back. Let me just draw some line here. Yeah, so it broke above here. So probably the next resistance may be at this 28th of February low and this 50-day moving average over here. So it may go higher. Once it can clear this resistance, the next resistance will be this 200-day moving average. If we can clear this, then we are heading towards 30,000. All I can say is this: I've not given up on the Dow Jones 30,000. I've not been calling for a bear, even though Dow Jones has dropped 38%. I didn't call for a bear because to me this is just a health crisis. All right. So, but we do have a good follow-up. Not only in Dow Jones, I think in S&P, in Nasdaq, Russell 2000 not yet, and that's why yesterday night actually I so-called entered into two US trade. I actually shared just now in my Facebook. Anyway, all this information is for our Timing and You members. So I say I entered, there was a successful follow through last night. So I entered two trades to capitalize on the possible upside. So I do see upside going from here. I do see upside going from here. So then if there's any Timing and You members, please go into our website and read whatever I updated in our website. All right. So so this is what I have my outlook
Thank
for
you.
so-called Dow Jones. All right.
Right. Thank you.
And thank you.
Thanks a lot.
George.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question. Let's get Leong Chai Ko to ask a question. Leong Chai Ko, is that right? Okay, maybe he's away from keyboard. Can we get Sue to ask questions? Sue CP? Sue? Maybe you want to ask a question. Hi, Sue.
Hi, Sue.
You turn on your camera, Sue, so I can see you.
How to turn on?
Next to the mute button, there's a show video.
Yeah, I unmute already, then I show video.
We see you.
We see you now.
You see me? Can see?
Yeah.
I cannot see myself. Okay.
Where are you from?
Happy birthday to you, Dave.
Yeah,
I'm from Malaysia.
Which part of Malaysia?
So, Perak, Torrentine.
Oh, Perak.
Ansun. Okay.
Okay. Have you met before?
Yeah. I attended one I think seminar in Nexus together with Peter.
Probably last year end, right?
Yeah. Correct.
That was our timing
Yeah.
review yearly gathering. Yes, repeater. Yes.
Correct.
At
Yeah.
Bangsa South, the connection. Yes.
Correct. Nexus Bangsa South. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, that's why after that, then I follow you. Follow your Facebook, everything. Then I got to know this event.
Yeah, can.
Okay.
Good. Anything I can.
So I have.
Then?
Yeah, I have just one question about QE. Recently, US announced about unlimited QE, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So to my understanding, QE is about printing money, right? So I'm very curious why they keep on printing money, but the dollar is still very strong, And to Malaysia ringgit is still above 4, So I'm curious why it doesn't depreciate, If they keep on printing money, doesn't depreciate their dollar, then the resident no need to work, right? They can keep on printing money and then give to the resident, right?
Okay, so anyway, this is a very good question. Probably, Josh, do take note. I would like to invite Sue into our. You are not a Timing and You member, right?
No.
Probably you can join us because every Sunday I have a weekly market update. Probably you can join us this Sunday. Also, Josh can just take note. All right. So now back to Sue's question. Yeah, question is this. A lot of people thought that Federal Reserve is doing so much QE. That means basically printing so much US dollar. So the value of US dollar should depreciate. Then why is it going up? I need to let you guys know is this. It is not only Federal Reserve is printing money. Bank of Japan also printing yen. European Central Bank also printing euro. Basically all the whole world are printing money. So let's don't just think that US is printing money. Also, when the whole world is printing money, so it doesn't mean that US print, then US dollar will drop. It doesn't work this way. And the reality show that it's not working this way. Because currency, they are relative. Also, so that's why I can tell you US dollar is not going to depreciate. In fact, I can share you guys is US dollar going to appreciate and appreciate a lot. Let me just show you guys this website called macrotrend.net. That's how high will it go? US dollar. Probably this is what I shared with my Timing and You members last weekend. Probably I'll just share with you guys today. This is the 43-year historical chart of US dollar index. 43-year all the way back to 1970s. All right, so the thing is, the US dollar index probably finding some resistance at around 103. That's why it came up, it hit this 103, it started to turn down. But what I see is going forward, even though we have more and more QE, all this thing, US dollar is going to strengthen. Why? Because at this point of time, US dollar is still the world reserve currency. A lot of institutions still feel that US dollar is so-called a safe haven because US is still the world's largest economy. Right? That's what they think. So that's why they rush into so-called US dollar. So that's why I say US dollar index probably when it break this resistance, it will probably go higher and challenge this resistance over here, which is 113 that was established in around year 2002. All right. So what we see going forward is probably US dollar is going to strengthen to here. What I see is probably we may end up like what happened over here between 1980 and 1985, whereby US dollar index rally 50%. Or we may end up something like this. All right. So it goes, and over here what happened was the so-called Plaza Accord, whereby the G5 so-called countries gathered to artificially devalue a so-called US dollar 40%. So in a way, they push up yen and dodge which is the currency of Germany then. All right, so probably what we'll see is what is going to happen here. US dollar is going to go higher from here. And since Su is from Malaysia, yes, ringgit unfortunately is going to continue to weaken. So once this 450, since we talk about this, let's look at USD. USD MYR. USD against ringgit, the chart. So let's look at daily chart. Give me a minute. So this is a daily chart of USD against ringgit. So as of today is 4.33. All right, 4.33. So, but my take is this. Let's go to a monthly chart. If US dollar going to strengthen for the, which I think is going to strengthen for the next 1 or 2 years, we should be seeing USD against ringgit heading towards this so-called high here, which is around 450.
4.5. 450.
Yeah, 450. All right. So to me, 450 most likely is going to hit one. Is what after 450. Also, if we break up from 450, this is the support. We can see that USD against we can see that USD against ringgit has been within a range, or within this range between 450 and 3 over here, 385, around this range. All right. So I am on the camp that I think it's going to challenge 450. Once it break above 450, it can help me. Let's say 4.5 minus the low here is 3.85. George can help me. 4.5 minus 3.85 is how much?
Hang on,
have a calculator. 4.5 minus 3.85.
0.65.
Okay, then you take 0.65 plus 4.5 will be
5.15.
okay. So technically, based on technical analysis, USD ringgit can weaken towards 5.15, probably until 5 because 5 is a full number. All right, so my take is I think so for even for all the Malaysian friends down here, probably it's good to do some hedging against the weakening in the so-called the ringgit, which unfortunately also you all got to do something. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sue. I'll see you this Sunday.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Next.
Next person I'd like to invite to ask the question is, I don't have your name. You are written as Huawei Nova 2i. So when you come on screen, please put on your camera and your mic, and please do share your name as well. Thank you. Hope you know who you are. Okay. Since we're not getting a feedback from our friend there, let's move to the next person first. Fiona H. Fiona, maybe you want to ask a question?
Yeah, hello. This is Fiona. I'm from Singapore.
Hi, Fiona. I don't see you. Where are you?
My laptop don't have camera. Yeah. So my.
It's okay.
My question
Can you
is
speak a bit louder? I can't hear you.
Okay. My question is how do you actually pick your stocks? Are there any indicators that you look out for, or industries, or is it based on the country? Like, what do you actually look out for when you pick your stocks?
Oh, for me is I'm more of a macro down person. All right, so I tend to look at the countries first. So at this point of time, I'm more. Anyway, Fiona, which country are you from? I'm just curious.
I'm from Singapore.
Oh, Singapore, Singaporean. So you stay at home today, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Be good girl. Let's stay at home until 4th of May. So anyway, do you have Singapore stocks?
No.
Okay. Likewise, I also don't have Singapore stock. I'm just curious, why do you don't have Singapore stocks? I'm just curious, if you don't mind.
Actually, I'm still a beginner, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Right. For me, is I've been in the market for 21 years. I'm sorry to say, I'm a Singaporean. I should be supporting Singapore stock more than anyone. But unfortunately, the liquidity over here is a bit low. So for me is for the last few years, when I started timing you around 2015, I've been dwelling. Actually, before that, I've been in the US market already. That's why 2016 September, I actually called for Dow Zone is going to hit 30,000 when Dow Zone was around 18,000. Also, so I've been riding that trend up. So that's why, because I understand that a lot of money is going to move into US stock market because I look from macro point of view. So I focus on US stock market and then if a person who don't know how to pick individual stocks, like probably maybe a newbie like you, like Fiona, if you don't know how to pick so-called individual stocks, probably you should just trade so-called the US index ETF. For example, Fiona, you just now heard me talking about Dow Zone, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So if a person want to just follow so-called Dow Zone, you don't want to pick individual stock. Dow Zone is actually make up of 30 big caps company, all right, like GE, even Boeing, all this inside. So they include all these 30 big stocks. All right. So if you don't know, especially like you are a beginner, you don't know how to pick stocks. Probably the easier way will be look at indexes now. Also, then in US, if you want to, you feel that Dow Zone continue to go up, let's say assuming, Fiona, I just want to say this is not a recommendation, all right?
Yeah.
This is just education only.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually an ETF called DIA, which is SPDR Dow Zone Industrial Average ETF. That means this DIA, which is traded in the US stock market, it actually tracks so-called Dow Zone. That means if Dow Zone go up 1%, DIA will go up 1%. Dow Zone drop 1%, DIA will drop 1%. All right. So just like what I shared you guys earlier, Dow Zone already have a successful follow through. Also, if you feel that Dow Zone if you guys feel that Dow Zone is going to go higher, then probably this DIA is something that you can look at to buy into this DIA so that you can track the so-called price of so-called the direction of Dow Zone. And last night, it has a very strong volume. All right. Frankly, I missed out on this. I entered into another two US indexes, but I missed out on this. All right, so now, just now I saw the Dow Zone future is going up another 800 points. So now I do it. All right, but it's okay. Probably let's wait for it to pull back a bit, and probably we have a so-called another point of entry. So to answer your question, Fiona, is I look at the country first. Then I look at the so-called indexes. Then if I want, like for example, right now, because of this COVID, maybe I will want to look at those industry that is badly hit, like what? Airlines, F&B, hospitality. I'm not saying tomorrow quickly go and buy. I'm just saying because anyway, we are into a last stage of this bull run already. For me is I know how to look at their charts to determine the entry and exit. So I will look at the chart pattern, all this thing by looking at their charts to hopefully ride this last trend. So once this last so-called leg up is over, then we'll do short selling already, like what I did in 2008. How we do short selling will be we can use inverse ETF in the US stock market, or we can so-called use in Singapore, we have this thing called CFD, contract for differences. Fiona, have you heard of CFD before?
No, never.
You can check it out. You can go Google CFD, contract for differences.
Okay.
All right. It's an instrument that you can use to do short selling. All right. So when the bear market is here, then we can do short selling either through inverse ETF or CFD. Then finally, when the bear market is over, then we can go in and buy all our favorite blue chip stock. Like since we are Singaporean, my favorite blue chip stocks are DBS, UOB, OCBC, all our bank. All right, all these, I don't think they will collapse. In our government, I don't think will allow it to collapse as well. Also, this is how I choose my stock or sector or country to participate in. All right, but I think this is a good question, especially for beginners. How about Josh? Maybe I would like to invite Fiona to our weekly webinar update this Sunday. Probably we can let Fiona join us this Sunday. How about that?
Yep.
Okay. And Fiona?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you, Fiona and Derek. I'm going to take a question from Facebook because we have some fresh questions coming in from our Facebook stream. So for those of you who know, I think we have about up to 150, 200 people here today. So
wow.
Patience, of course,
too many people celebrate my birthday with me.
Yeah, they are. So this question is from John Lim, and he has this question, which is related to one of your previous responses. US has sharp rebound and futures is bullish opening as well. And you previously forecasted Dow at 30,000. Does your current analysis give you any indication of when you think the market would kind of rebound back to 30,000?
If you ask me about 30,000, probably will be the second half of this year. Second half. I don't think it will be so fast. Probably second half. Because we still have to see, we still need the so-called the COVID-19 to peak first. Then after peak already, then remember we have a so-called secondary or echo wave. All right, so that's why if you ask me, 30,000 probably will be second half of this year. Yeah.
Okay. Then let's get back to some questions here. Can I invite Sharon Tay? Sharon, could you please ask your question, Sharon? Thank you.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Derek. I would like to.
Sharon.
Yeah. I'd like to.
Sharon, I thought it's a lady's name.
Sharon is my wife's name.
Okay. So you are?
I'm Eric.
Eric,
Yeah.
Eric, where are you from?
I'm from Sabah, KK.
Oh, okay. Wow. How's KK doing?
Not very well. Everything is locked down.
Oh, you are also locked down?
Yeah. No more flight coming in from China. We used to have a lot of hundreds of flights coming in from China. But because of the C virus, no flight is coming in. All flights are banned.
Yeah. But don't worry, China's slowly recovering already. So they are getting better within China. Now is once Malaysia side okay, then I think the China tourists will start to come back. again.
Oh, that'd be,
But need some time.
That'd be great. You also come to Starbucks sometime, you know? You have been
Yeah, I went
migrating
before.
Starbucks for a long time.
Yeah, that time was CMB brought me over there into KK, I think.
That's when I met you when you were at CMB.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, that was quite a while already. Yeah. So good.
Do come by. Yeah.
Huh?
I would like to ask you regarding your take on gold. It seems that since last year, there was quite a strong rally in gold, but the price of US dollar also came out at the same time, which by right should move in the opposite direction.
That's the thing. So a lot of people thought that gold and US dollar should move in. I mean, if gold price, US dollar go up, or gold price should drop, right?
Yes.
Because they always move opposite direction, ma.
Yeah.
I can tell you, this is not 100% true one. Never mind, let me show you. It's not 100% true that USD will go against opposite to commodity prices. We are looking at the chart, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so let me show you the chart of gold. Let me just remove some lines so that it can be clearer. Okay, wait. Let me just remove this. And let me add US dollar inside. Then US dollar, I choose green color. Voila, come, let's take a look. Wait, where's my... Yes, so this is the monthly. Let's go for monthly chart. Let's go all the way back to probably 19... Maybe 1970. Do we see it? Okay, so Eric, you can see, right? So this green color is actually the US dollar index. This black color line here is actually the gold price. Well, yes, generally when US dollar drop, gold price will go up, all right? But do you realize over here, US dollar went up, gold price also go up. Can you see that? So I just want to say this, it's a myth, M-Y-T-H, that US dollar go up, gold price will drop. It's not 100% of the time true one. It's probably 70 to 80% of the time is true. But there are 20 to 30% of the time that's not true. That means 20 to 30% of the time is both gold and silver, gold and US dollar will go up and down together, like what we are seeing right now. And even let's look at 2008, which is a global financial crisis. Can you see US dollar went up, gold price also went up. That's why I say it is during crisis time that this inverse relationship doesn't work. All right, so this is a myth. That's why all I can say is clear this myth that they always go in opposite direction. It's not true.
Do you think gold is still a safe haven to keep?
I still think that gold is a safe haven because first thing first, gold will never drop to zero because they have values. I know this gentleman called Warren Buffett, he doesn't like gold because he say what? Gold is just a piece of precious metal. It doesn't produce any dividend or any product. So, but the thing is, to me, when he says that, he missed out this. Let me just remove the US. Let me just remove the US dollar. Let's look at the gold price. So this is the gold price from 1980 until 2020. All right. So actually, gold price, again, we don't look here. We go to the macro trend. Hey, where is it? Let's come here. Let's go to commodities, precious metal. Gold price. See? How come like that? Sorry. Let me just. Oh, just now is a live price. Let's go at gold price. For the last 100 years, the gold price. Last 100 years, this is what? 1915, all the way until right now. So as we can see, the highest was in 2001. All this adjusted for inflation. So let's don't adjust for inflation. We don't adjust for inflation. The highest, the highest was here about 1,900. All right, it was here. It was in 2011. Before that, the higher. The thing is, whoever bought here, they went through 20 years of bear market until year 2000. It goes on. Is everything has a cycle. Gold has a cycle as well. We should be riding the gold up on its uptrend cycle. Whoever buy here around 750, 800, 850, the worst, the highest is 850. Whoever buy here, they have to go through 20 years of bear market until it go back and reach their break-even point. So, but to me, is right now, gold is actually the highest here was in September 2011. So now we should be heading up after it break this 1,007. I think it's a strong reason. I'm expecting gold price to go back up and challenge this 1911 high over here, which was set in September 2011. And I'm expecting it to so-called go even higher beyond 1921. Very interestingly, since we talk about this, I want to show you guys this. See? I thought just now got the adjusted for inflation. Hey, we saw just now it was adjusted for inflation, right? Adjusted for inflation. Can you see adjusted for inflation? Inflation, because price to go back to the 1980 high is around 2,400. Around 2,400. So I'm expecting at least a gold price to challenge this 1900. Probably it will go back to this so-called 1980 high. If adjusted in today's dollar, should be 2004 around there. That's why I'm bullish towards gold. In fact, when we met in KK in Sabah, I think I also have been talking about gold, right, Eric?
Yeah.
And I think when I talked about Dow Zone 30,000, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so whatever I say actually materialize. So I still hold the view Dow Zone is going to go back to test 30,000. I still think that if you haven't own gold, probably you should look at gold as well. All right?
You were very correct the other day. Sometime, I think 2 weeks ago, there was a correction on gold. You did advise people to go into gold, but then it went down. After the correction, it went up very fast. Now it keep on going up. Do you think it's still, there were reports saying that gold will touch 2,000 per ounce? Do you still hold to that view?
I still think that gold will go higher. Yes.
I see. So it'll be a good time to buy some gold now.
No, I cannot tell you whether it's a good time or not. All the while I've been telling my Tammy and you we should have gold inside our pot. Derick Tan page.
I've been following your Facebook, but I haven't joined yours. I thought of joining your, being a member of your group.
Yeah. Please come, because I don't know when's the next time I'm going over to Sabah, because a lot of people asking me to go around whole Malaysia. I travel to Indonesia. I'm traveling around, so I don't know when's the next time I'll go Sabah. So probably, that's why it was probably 2 years ago that we last met, right?
Yeah, more than that.
More than that? Oh, okay.
Maybe almost 4 years, maybe.
For so long, man?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so anyway, this is my Derick Tan page. I've been putting this gold and silver profile picture then. So I always tell my friend or member I'm already in gold and silver. So the next time you see me take away this picture, that means I already sold my gold already, or silver. All right, so, but I'm still keeping it because I still think that precious metal will go up, especially gold. Why? Because it's a hedge. It's not only a safe haven, it's also a hedge against so-called collapse in the confidence. West. Also, probably it's good to have some gold and silver in our portfolio. Anyway, a very good question you have there. So probably Josh, you can invite Eric for this Sunday's webinar. So I'll catch up with you more then, Eric.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay,
I love to see charts, you have a lot of charts. I love to see charts because I'm an engineer myself. Everything is based on charts.
Yeah. That's an engineer like to see chart. I can understand. All right, so so if you want, you can join us. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, Ken, take care.
His name is Tai Guan Wen from Tawau, Sabah. He met you in CIMB Tawau in 2018. Okay.
Okay.
So his question is, since the coronavirus, Europe and US have been printing unlimited money, and definitely he believes that it will push the market crazy, like you mentioned. And 2020 is going to be a volatile year, right? But what happens after this boom when the countries run out of money and they print so much QE? would it cause it to go into a huge debt crisis, even worse than current COVID-19?
Yes, that's why I say I'm more worried. That's why I want to show this picture. Okay. Are you all looking at my slides? No, right? I need to go to my slide.
Your website, yeah. It's the Facebook page right now.
Where? Okay, let me go to my slide. Yes. So we are like a ship right now. What the wave we are looking at is actually the COVID-19 wave. All right. So, and I see things start to stabilizing, especially in China, all this thing. And subsequently, as US peak and the Europe peak, all this thing, this COVID-19 probably should stabilize towards probably middle or in the Q3 of this year. Also, that's why and with all the QE, I still think that probably the US stock market is going to benefit and Dow Jones is going to charge 30,000 and beyond. But what I'm worried is next year and the year after next, whereby we have an even larger, bigger wave than the COVID wave. Is going to be huge, man. Is this wave of the sovereign debt crisis, which is actually the bond crisis or bubble I've been talking about, and this GMC, which is a global monetary crisis. All right, so what we are seeing right now probably is just a preview to hopefully prepare us for really the big one. Really the big one. Nowadays, I hear a lot of people say, oh, this COVID-19 is going to be bad like 1929, Great Depression, all these things. To me, it's not really. It's more like similar to the so-called the 1918 Spanish flu. But what we are going to have next year or 2022 is probably going to be of the same magnitude like the 1929 Great Depression. That is why I'm more worried for next year and 2022 than this COVID-19. Probably my view is very different for a lot of analysts out there because they already call for bear market. I say not bear market. Now a lot of my friends call for bear market. They start to change their tune already. No, actually not a bear market. It's just a deep correction. Well, so I just want to say this is prepared for next year. That is really the big one. Probably not this year. Because this year, all the central banks are still pumping a lot of money, hopefully to throw money at the problem and cut the interest rate to almost zero or even negative. Is next year when the SDC and the GMC come, how much they print also no use already. How negative they go also no use already, ladies and gentlemen. That is the most worrisome part. All right, but for now, let's go through this COVID-19 first. All right, but don't worry, especially for Timey and you members, I will guide you guys through this SDC as well as a global monetary crisis. All right, so back to you, George.
Okay, we have time for a few more questions, of course. The next person I'd like to invite to ask the question is Wee Kai Ching. Wee Kai Ching, would you like to ask your question? Thank you.
Kai Ching is shy.
Camera is on. Hi, Wee Kai Ching. Could you want to ask your question? I've unmuted you on your behalf. Hi, I see you, but I'm not sure if you are asking your question because we can't hear you. Okay. Can you try again? Could you try asking a question again? Wee Kai Ching?
Well, how about we move on to the next one while we settle Kai Ching settle the technical issue?
Okay, could we ask for Ing Hock Lui? Ing Hock Lui, could you please ask your question?
Yeah, hello, Derek. Firstly,
Hi.
happy birthday to you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Where
Yeah.
are you from?
I'm from Malaysia,
Which part of Malaysia?
Johor.
Oh, Johor, oh, very close.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, but
Yeah.
there got lockdown.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So the situation there, the number of COVID-19, is it high?
Johor quite high. I
Oh,
think it's third high.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
You take care.
yeah.
Okay,
You too.
can. Yeah,
Yeah. My question is, how do you think Bitcoin long-term prospect? Will you consider add some Bitcoin into your investment portfolio?
okay. So you are invested in Bitcoin.
A bit only. Mostly at share.
Probably since we thought about this, right?
Ah.
Maybe we can look at the chart of Bitcoin. Let me share my. Wait, let me go to Bitcoin investing.com. BTC.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a chart of Bitcoin. Let's take a look.
Sorry, I'm Ricardo. I will come back later.
Money. So anyway, wow, this is a chart of Bitcoin. So the thing is, I mean, the highest was around 20,000, right?
Yes.
Near there. So if you ask me, yes, personally, I have Bitcoin. All right. So the thing is probably, let me draw some lines. Yeah. Let me draw some line first before I analyze. So this is okay. So this is a recent line. So let's draw another one. So anyway, this is a monthly chart. So this is the blue. So as we can see, Bitcoin is really, the price is really, wow, 20,000, then came all the way down to 2,000. I call for the bottom around here, so it went up. It's very crazy. So my take is this, I have Bitcoin, yes, but I do not have, I won't put millions into Bitcoin. Because to me, a lot of people say, they say what? Bitcoin is the so-called digital gold. Sorry, I don't agree. Gold is, and they say what? Bitcoin is a store of value. How can a store of value be so volatile one? To me, I mean, I don't buy this idea lah. So for me, is I will participate in Bitcoin, and because it's so-called the blue chip of the cryptocurrency, I will buy. I mean, I already got a bit, so now probably we are waiting for the halving all this thing. So I'm seeing whether we have a so-called support here. Going forward, if they break this support, then probably let's see whether it will break this support or not. All right. So, to me is I would, if you ask me, I would rather place more money in stocks, in currency, in commodities, properties, or even business. I will not put a lot of money into, for this case, Bitcoin, because Bitcoin to me is like buying 4D or Toto. Right,
yeah, I understand. Yeah.
But I don't buy the idea it's a store of value, because how can it be so volatile and become it's a store of value? Or that's my take. So for me, is I want to see whether this support can hold. If it doesn't, it may come lower. Then probably is maybe can look at adding some. All right, especially the halvings. The halving is coming in May, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So probably, we may see some weakness over there. So maybe I may do something, I don't know. But that is not, Bitcoin is definitely not, it's just a very small percentage of my overall portfolio. Okay?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, I'd like to invite Wee Kai Ching. He's on now, and maybe you want to ask your questions to Derick.
Hi, Kai Ching.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine.
Hi.
Hi, everyone. Derick, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you. Where are you from, Kai Ching?
I'm from Malaysia, so
which part of Malaysia?
I'm working in Penang, but I'm from Malacca. So,
you're from Malacca. So you're in Penang now?
Yeah, I'm in Penang now. So work from home.
Engineer?
Yeah, I'm an engineer. How you know?
Penang, a lot of engineers, ma.
I'm actually working in Kulim High Tech. So,
you are what? Mechanical or electrical or computer engineer?
Semicon wafer fab, Infineon.
Infineon?
Yes.
Hey, we colleague last time I used to work in Infineon, my first job.
Which
I used to be a
department?
mechanical engineer. I deal with wire bonding.
I see. So
that long time
Singapore
ago,
is back end, so I'm working on the front end. So you are responsible for the die, so I'm for the wafer. So whatever I produce here, I send to you.
Okay. But anyway, it was long time ago. It's like almost 20 years ago already. So then it's over for me. So
yeah, maybe you can be my idol as well.
I'm
working towards.
Yeah. So hey, you met me before?
No, actually I joined Trackers Kopitiam.
Okay, can. So what anything I can share with you?
So my question is based on Warren Buffett. So
Warren
his
Buffett.
famous slogan is that when people are fearful, we need to be greedy. So lately he just I think reduced or sold some of his stake on the Delta and the Southwest.
Airlines, right?
Yeah, airlines. So in your opinion, is he wrong or he's planning something big?
He is the, I think, third richest man right now, right? In this whole world. Richest should be Bill Gates, right?
Jeff. I think it's Jeff. Amazon.
Amazon guy. Oh. Second is
Yeah.
Bill Gates. Probably third would be Warren Buffett. I cannot say the third richest man in this whole world is wrong. I won't say that. He obviously must have been doing something very right, and he is known as the world's greatest investor. It's just that probably not a lot of people can follow what he does. So I think he got out of Delta and Southwest. If I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably, we all know airlines are badly hit. Like for example, in Singapore, our airline, SIA has to be so-called, in a way, rescued by our Temasek, because 96% of SIA's revenue is gone already. And Singapore don't have a domestic market. We fly, Singapore is too small how to have domestic market, not like Malaysia. Penang fly to KL, KL fly to JB, Singapore don't have. So anyway, back to Warren Buffett is, I believe he probably see that the Delta and the Southwest is going to, but I believe they should be grounded. They should have grounded most of their plane also already. So I think the result is going to be very bad. All airlines will be bad, even Malaysia, AirAsia also bad. That's why, do you know Turkish Fernandez now start the what? SOS, helping retailers to sell a website so that they can sell their product there. Do you know that? It's called SOS. Josh, you know that?
Not too sure, sorry.
Oh, it's sell our, I can't remember, it's called SOS. Also, anyway, what I'm trying to say is this, I don't know what Warren Buffett knows. All right, so, but to me is, when I first read that he got out of Delta and Southwest, it really shows that, because Warren Buffett is a long-term investor. So I guess he's not too optimistic about Delta and Southwest for the long term. That's why he's out. So I cannot say he's wrong. So probably he knows something that we don't know. So probably at this point, since the glut of investment is out, maybe Delta and Southwest is not something that we should be looking at. Or even though earlier I say probably we should be looking at those industry that is badly hit. Yeah, but for me is, I need to look at the charts of all these be it airlines or hospitality or even F&B. Once it satisfies certain of my criteria for reading charts, then probably I will participate in that. I haven't got, anyway, since you talk about it, let's look at Delta. Since we talk about it, Delta, I think the chart could be bad.
Because as I know, he's a long-term and a value investor. So if he sold right now, then that means the industry is really, really bad.
I mean, we all know the industry is bad, but individually is Delta bad also? This is the chart of Delta. Wow. Look at the way it dropped, man. Yeah. This is the monthly chart. Anyway, let's go back further. Probably let's go back to the global financial crisis time. Let's take a look.
But it's a little unusual, right? Because if it's so cheap right now, he should add some more instead of directly cut loss.
Yeah, so that's why if he's doing that, that's why I'm not going to enter into Delta or Southwest. All right, but we can see that since the global financial crisis, what's the price here? It also suffered quite badly from as low as 3 12. It went all the way up to 59, 60. Then now is to about 20 plus dollars. All right, so technically it seems that on a monthly chart, sorry, do you know technical analysis?
Yeah, I know some.
Okay, so you know a bit, so let me just probably just zoom in, maybe
The
10 years.
last candle, is it a bullish pin bar?
Yeah, so based on the monthly chart, there seems to be a support around here, and this seems to be what we call a hammer.
Yeah, bullish pin bar.
Yeah. So, but we can only look at that is we need to combine with the volume. So yes, we have a very long tail with very high volume, and we have a so-called hammer with this volume may not be higher than this, but is much higher than the rest of volume. So probably it may be trying to find some bottom over here. All right. So, but when it go back up, probably I think it will take time. Even for Singapore's SIA, I think it will take time. That's why it need a so-called rescue from our sovereign fund. So all airlines doesn't seem good. That's why even Air Asia, now Tony Fernandez also had to crack his head to think of different way to survive.
But on AirAsia case, somehow the lowest they got it's 50 cent, but now it's like rebound to 80 cent already. So seems like people are still very optimistic with AirAsia.
Yeah, so AirAsia is the world's largest budget airline.
Low cost.
Yeah. So they should be able to, I believe they should be able to survive this crisis. And I think Tony Fernandez want to turn it around into a tech company. That's why he starts to go into e-commerce. Even he has a big pay, all this, right?
Yeah.
He starts to go into a direction. So it's not totally an airline stock already. I mean, airline company already. If you look at AirAsia that way, huh? Okay. And thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Thank you very much. So let's take the next question. It's from Cyrena. Cyrena, would you like to ask your question? Hi, Cyrena. Did you get my call to a question? Yes, I see you've muted and unmuted. Do you need any assistance? Yes.
I'm here. You hear me?
Hi, Cyrena.
Hello.
Would you turn on your camera as well?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm asking about oil, right? Like you just mentioned about gold, you will never go to zero. But for crude oil, there's a lot of news that say it can go negative. So what's your view on that? It sounds silly, right?
I don't think crude oil is going to go to zero. Sabrina, may I know which country are you from?
Malaysia.
If crude oil go to zero, I think Malaysia jialat already. So I don't, and even Brunei, all these kind will go haywire. I don't think crude oil will go to zero. So when I first heard, or even go below negative, to me is, sorry, a BS lah. Also, let's look at where is crude oil now, WTIC. It has rebounded very strongly from the $20. All right, so if now Saudi Arabia, Russia can sit down and really cut the so-called the supply of oil, probably this $20 will be the low that we're going to see. So for it to go to negative, seriously, I don't think so. I don't think so. how can a commodity drop to negative? And I don't know who's the analyst who say that, but I think the water went into his head or what. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's all.
What is your opinion about the meeting that they have postponed it to Thursday? What would your opinion about the outcome?
I think even Donald Trump want them to really cut production so they can push up the oil price, because the US so-called shale oil producers, they are also having a lot of problem. Actually the cost of production for Saudi Arabia is less than $10. So that's why now until this recent rebound is a price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia to grab the market share. So that's why the oil price dropped so much, because Saudi Arabia go and pump more oil out. All right, so then finally our dear Donald Trump sit Putin and the Saudi Arabia's prince together, say, hey guys, you all keep on doing it. My shale oil producer also jialat. Can you all do something? So supposed to be yesterday, so the meeting was postponed until Thursday. I still think that probably Saudi and Russia is going to have some kind of conclusion, and they probably will cut the supply. And this is a sign already. And let's look at, I think tonight oil price has been stabilizing.
It's hovering around 27, 26. It's hovering around there.
Yeah, so I think we should have seen a low in the oil already, unless something happened again. Saudi doesn't agree with Russia, then they argue again, they go and turn on more supply, then it may be a retest of the so-called $20. But if not, I think 20 should hold. But if really it break 20 and go even lower, if it can drop to $10, like what I always tell my Timing and You members, or even some of the webinar, I say, it really dropped to $10, I will sell my house, sell myself to go and buy. Why $10? Because that was a low in 1986 and 1999. Also, but I hope it doesn't come to 10. But if it really come to 10, then I will really sell everything, go and buy oil. But now at this point, I think $20 is a good support. All right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. Josh, can we probably have one more? Then we can call it a 9.
Okay. Then I'll take the last question. It's completely different than everyone's question, and it's from Facebook, right?
Oh.
So Chelsea Tan asked, what is your view on Singapore private properties? Only property question we had the whole night. So what is your view on Singapore private properties?
You know, I shake my head. This is something that, since Chelsea talked about this, let me go to my Facebook. I've seen, because today we have our so-called semi-lockdown. So I have some friend who are so-called property agent. I'm not saying all Singapore property agents is like that, but I do see some property agent. What do they do? I just show you all. You are looking at my Facebook, right?
Yes.
So what do they do? Sorry, calm down a bit. Yeah. In Chinese, it says, 新加坡人买房的人都懂，政府发布真实消息前是最好的入场机会。不信，你看看最近一次2018年7月6号发生什么事。That means what he's trying to say is the last time in 2018, 6th of July, then when there was any there was some announcement by our Singapore government, wow, Singaporean rush to buy property. Then he said, wow, this time now, because of this semi-lockdown, wow. So he's encouraging people to do the same thing as well. To me, sorry, this is, I don't want to mention name, this is a very irresponsible property agent. Look, irresponsible probably because he lack of the knowledge, probably because he had never gone through a bull and bear cycle in the property market. All right, so now he's encouraging people quickly go and buy. Why? Because before this semi-lockdown, because we're going to semi-lockdown for 1 month. So then he said this, haven't finished. He said what? I'll show you some more. Where? Yes. 2020年公寓价钱连续3个月上涨，相信温情期间会有一些回调，但是投资者仍可考虑利率下调，选择对的楼盘与单位入场。等到疫情结束，相信成交量与价格都会有显著的上升。What he trying to say is this: for the first 3 months, the so-called the prices of the 公寓 apartment has been going up. Also, then you're saying after this COVID-19 saga is over, then we should see the transaction volume and the price going up substantially. This to me, sorry, I try to choose a better word because today is my birthday. I'm supposed to be happy, right? But this guy, he don't know what he's talking about. What I see is this: you don't go and lure people in and you say, oh, this semi-lockdown, go and ask people go and buy. All right, to me is after this is over, interest rate is going to pick up. And next year, like what I mentioned, we're going to have sovereign debt crisis and the global monetary crisis. Things are going to hit down again. Whoever is a client of this property agent, I really pity you because he don't know what he's talking about. I've been nice already, and because today is my birthday, I can use even more harsh word. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ask me, I'm not going to buy Singapore property. My last property I got out was in Singapore property. One of the property, I can even tell you the name. The property I had was Lumia. It is opposite to my so-called Timing and You office right now in Tanjong Pagar. I got out in 2014. Since then, I've not meddled in Singapore property at all. And I have no intention to go in anytime because I know something big is going to happen later on. Also, but if you ask me, probably Malaysia market is something that's interesting. But if you ask me, Singapore market, probably I can go and showroom, but now cannot because 1 month semi-lockdown. So probably after me, OCC loan. But if you ask me to put my money, I won't put it because I know something big is coming and I know interest rate is going to turn up. So whatever this person, property agent, right, I don't want to mention name, to me it's all bullshit. Sorry, but this my frank feeling. So I personally won't buy any Singapore property anytime soon. All right, Ken?
Okay. Thank you very much, Derick, for that last question. To everybody else in the room, we apologize. We cannot get through to all the questions. And this one is a bit of an informal session where we wanted to do face-to-face together with Derick. So once again, thank you all for your time here today. And
I'm just curious. Do you all feel that this session is good? If you if you feel it's yes, then maybe you can key in yes. Is there something for them to key in?
Yeah, in the chat.
In the chat, can you just key in yes? Then probably we can do more sessions if you all feel that this is good. If you all feel it's good. I cannot see the chat. So,
a lot of yes.
So if you guys feel it's good, then probably anyway I'm going to Singapore for quite some time, at least until May. So probably we can have more sessions along the way. But my take is, please add me in Facebook so that whenever we are going to do all these impromptu webinars, you all can be notified and join us. So you can add me in Facebook, Derick Tan. All right. So, or you can go and, anyway, my Facebook is the number almost 5,000. Can you all go and like my Derick Tan page? This is a page. You just search for Derick Tan and you see gold and silver. That's me. Please like this page, okay? Like this page. If not, then you can also like our Timing and You Facebook page as well. And so that next time, maybe next week or the week after next, if we have anything impromptu again. This is really impromptu because today is my birthday. I want to just meet up with you all. So probably next few weeks, we have any impromptu, you guys will be notified. So anyway, I think those who join us tonight will be able to receive a free ebook, right, George?
Yes, we would send out with And while we are here, getting the event organizer will post the link to you directly as well. But while I'm here, for those of you who have more burning questions you want to ask and you couldn't get a chance to, there is also an option to join our Sunday weekly market update webinar. So that one is actually a members only. And some of you who've asked questions, we have given out some tickets as well. So thank you very much for your questions. We hope to see you on Sunday. And yes, we are continuing our webinars, Sunday market updates until probably when the COVID-19 crisis is kind of over, probably until the end of the month. So do take this opportunity to join, where Derick will be sharing on a more detailed analysis, including charts on stocks, commodities, currencies, and bonds as well. So I will put the link here into the chat. So if you're interested, you can check it out. And yeah, we hope to see you on Sunday as well. Derick, would you like to say a closing remark?
Okay, so wait, let me just go to my slide. So I hope you guys have a good session tonight. Accompany me on my birthday. So thank you for your time. And I just want to say this again, ladies and gentlemen, this COVID-19 probably is just a preview. We should be expecting something even bigger or more devastating next year or 2020 when we have the full implosion of the sovereign debt crisis or even the global monetary crisis. All right, so get prepared, and if you feel that I'll be able to hold your hand, because for me, I've been through several bull and bear markets, so I'm not any amateur trainers or speakers who had just into the market for the last maybe 5 years or 8 years. They probably just go through a bull market. They never went through a bear market. But for me, I went through the year 2000, Nasdaq bubble, 911, 2008 global financial crisis. And I went through the bull market after that as well. So for me, I do believe I have the experience and the knowledge and enough network to guide our Timing and You members to pull through this a bigger crisis after this COVID-19. Also, if you are interested to join us, then probably you can go to our Timing and You website, become our Timing and You member. Or George, you can put let's say the link of Timing and You website. Also, if you all are interested, you can join us as a member. All right, like what Eric is from Sabah is thinking. All right. So if not, then I'll see you guys this Sunday during our webinar for those whereby it will be more thorough, it will be more in depth. Tonight is more like kopi time, this kind of thing. But this Sunday, it will be more in depth. I'll look at even more charts in more details. All right. So then I hope to see you guys this Sunday. All right. So if not, ladies and gentlemen, then with that, may the timing be with you guys. All right. Be safe. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon. All right. Thank you very much. Bye bye.